welcome back to another video. So today's gonna be a fun one. We're doing a little bit of a DIY project today. Excuse my hair, excuse my clothes. I did film another video before this and now I just wanted to get comfy, okay? So we're gonna be doing a DIY project, as I said earlier, and what we're gonna be doing is making horns. Yes, horns, as in horns. So I feel like this is gonna be really helpful, especially because Halloween is almost here in a couple of months. So I thought that I would put this video out just in case anyone is looking to make horns for their costume, or honestly, you can really make anything out of what I'm about to show you. So first things first, we'll go over the products that you need. So a lot of the stuff that I did get at the dollar store, I'll let you know. I'll let you know as we go along, as we go over these utensils that you are going to need. First things first is a foil that I did get from the dollar store. I bought like 6 packs of these because it's better than spending $2 or $3 on any other foil. So aluminum foil is going to be the base of what we're going to be making. So I would say it is pretty important to have. This next item I didn't get from the dollar store, but I'm pretty sure you can use an alternative instead. But what I'm going to use for today is actually liquid latex. I got this from the Spirit Halloween store last Halloween, and so that's what I'm going to use today. I want to say you can use glue, because it's kind of been like a paper mache type thing, which leads me to our next ingredient. Paper foil. Oh my god, dude, what is wrong with me right now? Okay. The next thing you're gonna need is I wanted to say toilet paper. Oh my god. What is this called? Paper. Tissue paper. You're gonna need tissue paper. Because it's gonna be like a paper mache type of deal. So you're gonna be shaping out whatever you want with the foil, and then you're gonna be going over it with this kind of like a paper mache. And so I want to say that you should be able to use glue, but I've never tried it because I don't have any liquid glue around my house, and I already had this, so I thought that I would just use this instead. So if you are going to use liquid latex, I would definitely pick up a pair or a bag of these little wedges that you can buy at the dollar store. I think I got these from the 99-cent store though, but I'm pretty sure you can find these at the dollar store as well. They're just the makeup wedges, only because if you decide to use if you use a brush or a sponge that you have already at home with latex, just be prepared for it to be ruined. It's pretty much a one-time use type of deal, so that's why I decided to pick these up, so I can just use it, throw it away, on to the next. Another one that you are going to want to make sure you have around is super important actually. It's loose powder, or you can even use flour. Once your liquid latex dries, it's going to stick. It's going to have a very tacky base, and it's going to stick to everything. So you are going to want to powder it down with either loose powder or flour, so that way it can lose the stickiness, so that way it's easier to paint. I'm using the e.l.f. Face powder only because I had it lying around and I don't ever use it because I don't like the way it looks on my skin. So I just decided to use this only because this is the only way I'll get use out of it, so I might as well. But yeah, any other like cheap loose powder that you can either find at the dollar store. I'm not sure if they sell loose powder at the dollar store, but like I said, flour works just as well too. So now I'm gonna go ahead and show you a couple of fails that I had in attempts to make something. So where is... Okay, so this is actually the second pair of horns that I made. The first pair, I ended up not liking the shape, so I just threw them away. But this is the second pair that I made, and I really liked it. When I was done with it, I originally really liked them, but then after a while of looking at them, I realized I hated them, and I wanted to redo this. This is why I am filming this video. Basically what I did with this first pair was I was done with the foil, and then I started wrapping it in that blue tape, and then I put the latex, and then I painted them. But I feel like you can see the blue tape through the paint, and I just didn't like the texture that the tape gave it. I don't know, I just wasn't a big fan, like at the end. And also, like, you can't really tell on camera, but I see that they're different. So, and they're just not up to par for what I wanted. So yeah. The next pair that I made, was super excited for, because I didn't use the blue tape for this one. I just used the paper mache method, and that was it. And these are a bit longer. These are what they look like here. And then as I was painting them, I realized, as you can see, I twisted them going the same direction, which if I were to finally apply them to my head, would not look cool or would go with any type of look, because what horns all go in this direction? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So that's why I didn't finish painting them. But if you can see, that's pretty much what it's gonna look like with just the latex and tissue paper. So this was my third attempt, and yeah, those were also fail. But if you're not looking to make horns, you can definitely make a whole bunch of other things with this method. You can do so much. I'm actually working on another project right now. Let me show you. Let me show it to you. So, and this is the reason why. I mean, he's not finished. I actually ran out of foil while making him. But I love him so much, and I'm so excited for him to be done. And dun, 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 dun. It is a little snake. I'm gonna make him into a little boa constrictor. And yeah, he's gonna be my friend. I named him Russ. I don't know why. I originally wanted it to be a girl, and as I was coming up with the name, Russ was the first one that popped into my head. So I guess now he's a boy, or he can be whatever he wants to be, honestly. You don't have to be a boy, you don't have to be a girl, you can just be you. So that's what he looks like. This is all foil, you guys. Even the head is pure foil. So you can literally do anything. I feel like if you want to do like a whole what is it called, like a staff type thing almost, you can do so much with this. It saves so much money. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so now onto our actual project. I'm gonna have to move you guys. Oh, really quickly, also to apply your horns onto anything to like stick to your head, I found it easiest to actually use a headband. I did attempt to glue them onto these things, these clips first. I actually got these also from the dollar store. It was a pack of 4. And these clip things, like they just didn't stick to my head right. Maybe it's just me, I wasn't doing it right, but I struggled so hard to actually keep these on my head. So I went to a wholesale store here in San Antonio, and I found these. There's a pack of headbands, and this is what they look like. It's just a regular headband that you can put on top of your head and wear. So I will most likely be using this to adhere or to put the horns on. So before I forget about that. So now I'm going to go ahead and move you guys down so you can see my my setup, but don't make fun of it because it's not a very good setup, okay? Sorry. And here we are. I told you it wasn't a very good setup. Don't judge me. So just initially when starting, what I like to do, what I found it easiest, just to make sure that they are, whatever you're making, say in this case we're making horns, just to make sure that the horns are as even as possible. I cut out the 2 pieces of foil almost the same size. Not going to be the exact same size, but you know, something that I know will be pretty much the same shape and same, you know, whatever. So now that you have your foil cut out, you're going to be starting on what I like to call the skeleton of whatever you're making. So I'm going to crumble this up. And because the base of the horn needs to be a bit thicker, I'm going to take about this much and then crumble or fold it up. I actually prefer to do this with a true crime or paranormal podcast on with a glass of wine. That is the dream. And this would depend on you, but I kind of want my horns to like have a curve to them. So that's what I'm going to make with this one here. And there, you have the skeleton of your horn. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one now. So these are pretty similar. So now this is, as I said, the skeleton of whatever you're working on. So now pretty much from here, you're just going to keep building up and adding foil as you go. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do now. I am going to speed this part up. And I will see you once we have built this up. Okay, so this is the first one done. The shape, I'm pretty happy with the shape. If you're having a hard time getting this flat, I just like to hit it against something flat. So to create that really flat bottom part. But that's pretty much what the first one looks like. Pretty happy with it. So we're going to go ahead and do this one. Okay, so my horns are now done. I'm pretty happy with the shape of them. So now we're gonna go ahead and start on this whole paper mache method. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my latex, and I have a piece of paper like taped to my little desk here because I didn't want to get this actual desk dirty. So now I'm gonna go ahead and pour some latex on this, what do you call it, a plate? A little more. And then taking my handy dandy sponge. Oh yeah, before I forget, I already got some tissue paper like cut out here. So this is what we're going to be using. They don't have to be super tiny pieces. I think the bigger pieces will be a bit better to attach. It won't take so long. So we're going to go ahead and use here. Let me move some of this stuff out the way though. And it actually really helps to have like paper. I was gonna try to find newspaper, but I could not find any. But just have some paper down on whatever you're working on, because you don't want the latex to ruin whatever surface that you're working off of. And also it's just a lot easier that way. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is just dip the sponge in the latex, and I'm gonna dab it onto the horn. And this will take some time to finish. Sometimes it can take more than one day because you do have to let the latex dry. I find it easier to let the latex, or work on one side at a time and then let the latex dry and then turn it around to finish the other side. But that's just me. You can do this however you want. I don't mind doing it that way because I don't have a life anyway, so it's not like I'm doing anything. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get a piece of the paper and put that down. Tear this piece and put it down, and then go over it again. So both the horns are covered in latex, so you are obviously going to have to wait for them to dry before you can do anything else. But luckily for you guys, I already made a second pair of horns the other day, so that way I wouldn't have to wait for these to dry to come back and film the rest of the video. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and take a break from these and work on these horns that I had already pre-made. And this is an example as to why you should set your latex with powder, because they will stick like these two are, because I didn't set them with powder because I wanted to show you guys what happens when you don't set latex. So you're welcome. So I'm just going to try to gently pull these apart. Ugh, okay. Worked fine. It worked fine. We're okay. So I'm going to get my powder. And a brush. You shouldn't want to do this until they are fully coated and not tacky to touch. So you can definitely feel the difference once you're powdering them. So I'm going to paint these horns pink. I'm going to go ahead and use this type of paint. Again, because it's what I have lying around and I might as well use it, get some use out of it. So I'm going to just try to put a little bit on the paper plate Don't need too much, don't need too much. And with these two, I'm actually going to paint a side at a time, just so they, just so it's easier to paint. So I'm gonna work on this side first. Okay, so now that that first layer is coated, you're definitely not going to want to put a thick layer of coat because then it's going to take longer to dry. So it's best to work in thin layers. So I'm going to go ahead and let that layer dry, let these dry, because the ones that I just made now, I actually want to paint them black. So I'm going to let these dry right now. Come back because they should be dry by later, in a couple minutes. I say in about 30 minutes this layer should be dry. So come back, do another coat, let them dry, flip them over, do 2 more coats on those side, and then by the time this is done, these should also be ready to latex the other side as well. Okay, we're back. So these horns, the ones I was painting pink, I went ahead and I did 3 coats on that front part, but the back part I have not painted yet. This is the 3rd coat that I did that's just now drying. So for the other horns that we did, this front latex part is now pretty much dry. I could keep it to dry longer, but I don't think I want to. So I'm gonna go ahead and now do the other side of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this angle so we can go ahead and do the second side. So now that those both sides are fully latex, I'm going to go ahead and flip these over and paint what is left on this side. I moved my paper plate out the way because it was just getting in my way, and honestly I don't think I really needed to finish painting these. I'm just going to pour the paint on the brush and go from there. Okay, so just really quickly, I'm going to go ahead and let those ones dry, the pink ones. I'm going to let them dry, and then I'll probably just finish coating them off camera because you guys know how to paint. I'm just going to paint them about 2 more times. And then I will be back once they're fully dry. I'm going to go ahead and come back on and show you guys how I'm going to decorate them, because I have this vision in mind of this look that I want to do, which is the whole reason why I started making these horns. But I'm going to go ahead and come back on, show you how I do these off camera, and then by that time the ones that we just latex should also be done. And yeah, we will put them on a piece of, we will put them on, stick them on a headband, and we will call it a day. Alright, so it's been a while since I've started this video. It's now 7 p.m. Sorry if I look a little rough. I've had this makeup on pretty much all day, and yeah, I'm ready to take it off, but I'm gonna finish this video today. I'm determined. So basically what I've already done is, you've probably seen clips of it. I went ahead and I coated these with Mod Podge, like a gloss Mod Podge, because the paint dried matte and I wanted a little bit of a shine to it, so I went ahead and coated that with Mod Podge. So as you've probably seen in the clip, also I painted these black, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and put another coat on these. I probably won't film it though, because honestly my brain is barely functioning right now. So yeah, so I'm just gonna paint these black, but we're gonna finish this pink set that I already done on camera because I want to decorate these a certain way. And so now what I'm going to use is actually plug in my hot glue gun. So, because I'm going to need a hot glue gun for this. If you choose to use a hot glue gun, make sure you have supervision if you're a little bit younger. So I don't remember if I mentioned it earlier, but I have this vision in mind. And for this vision that I have in mind, I really want to wrap the pink horns in pearls. So I have this roll of pearls that I probably got from the like craft store, but to be honest with you, I don't remember what craft store. It's been a while that I've had these now, so don't remember exactly where they're from. But I'm pretty sure you can find this at like any craft store, like a Michael's or maybe Walmart. I'm not too sure. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my horn and I'm going to kind of measure this out. Oops, and I kind of want it like wrapped around. So I'm just going to get this, then wrap it, and I want to go all the way around here. So about that much. Oops. This is kind of hard. So about there. You see. So I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to do a little bit extra because I want the pearls wrapped all the way around the bottom. So I'm going to do a little bit extra. I feel like it's always good to have more than less. And these, honestly, I just twisted until the string tears. So there's that. I'm going to measure out the same amount for the second horn just so they can be as even as possible. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is just put some glue down and then the pearl. I'm going to hold it for a while. Ooh, it's hot. Okay, so now that the first part is down, we're going to go ahead and wrap and glue as we go. So I'm going to go ahead and move you guys down. Okay, so now that these are wrapped in pearls, I'm going to apply them to a headband, the same headband that I discussed earlier. And I kind of want them like on the side a bit. And there you have it. Your very own DIY horns. Ta-da! So you can definitely glue them in any like position that you want. I didn't try to position them in any particular way, to be honest. I just went with the flow, but that's how they look. So yeah, they're definitely smaller than the first pair that I made like this. So the first pair, when I had like glued them on the headband, I had put them more to the side. I don't know, I might adjust these later, but I also feel like they don't look very bad in this position. I don't know, not too sure yet, but that is it. We are finally done with this video after hours and hours of filming this. Oh, your girl's tired. So I'm definitely gonna need a bottle of wine after today. And yeah, I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like this video. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't yet already. And I'm sorry I look so rough in this video. I don't think I normally look this rough. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!